Hey everybody, it's me, Mark W. Gray. It's been a while since I did a how-to video. I just saw Brittany Louise Taylor made a video of all of her photos from the last year, all played like one frame each. So in 5 minutes, played like 5,000 photos. I take a lot of photos, so I thought, I'm going to steal that idea. But because you're supposed to provide value in YouTube videos, I'm going to actually demonstrate how you can do it too, if this is something you think is cool. It is a how-to. Okay, so first things first. I'm going to use Final Cut Pro 10. You can use this in Final Cut Pro 7 or 6 if you'd like. I've got a new project set up here. In your preferences, under editing, you want to set still images. I've got it set to the editing duration is half a second. So if you put a still frame in, it'll go half a second. That's too long. I want like, make it 3 frames each. That's an eighth of a second. An eighth is 0.125, so I'm going to say 0.125. That's an eighth of a second, so everything should be 3 frames each. Okay, how do we test that? Well, we go to our iPhoto. Now, I've already taken iPhoto, and I'll walk you through the whole process I did here. I selected the last 12 months for starters, okay? And I can see I've got 8,754 items. So you select and Apple A or Command A, select all of them. And then you can say File, New Album. And it creates a new album from those 8,000 items. I've got 6,000 some photos and over 2,000 videos. I don't want to do the videos here, so I want to get rid of those. So that means if I search, I can search within this untitled album. Let's title this album. You're in Pix Demo. Okay, I can search for .mov. And these are all of the movies in the last year. If I select all of them, that's 1,923 videos. I just delete it. Now, these are not deleted off of my iPhoto catalog. They're just deleted out of this one album. So if we select all, we're still got 160 videos. I'm pretty sure there's some .avis in there. So let's search for .avi. There they are. So I just select all of those and delete them. There's also some MP4 videos. So if I search for .mp4, aha, from the GoPro. Delete those. Okay, so here's a folder with all of my images from the last 12 months. Now if I select them all, I've got 66, 64. If I drag all of those in here, it doesn't really like that. If we grab that one row, that's 6. Drag that in, what's it look like? I got a little plus sign there. Drops it right in. It's going to ask me what properties I want. I say, yeah, I want 1920 by 1080. Here's another important thing. In your preferences under Import, deselect where it says Copy Files to the Final Cut Events folder. Because if you have that checked, every one of these photos will get copied into your Events folder. You'll have gigabytes of extra stuff taking up space, and you don't need to do that. So right now I can see these are each going 3 frames. If I play them back, now let's try some more. Let's just go down to there. It's 150 photos. Drag that in. But it manages. That was a good party. Now we select the next one. You see, if I just hold down the Shift key, I keep selecting, it'll just select more and more. So let's see. Down there to Rupert. Okay, 497 images. How will this do? The computer's thinking, it's hesitating. I'm just going to hold it here with my finger on the mouse until they appear. I got the plus sign, I'll let go. There they all are. Now I'm going to repeat this 1,000 times. Wow, okay, it's hours later, literally hours later. I dragged them in batches of 200, 300, 400. Hold down the key while they loaded in there. Anyway, all 6,000 photos are in there, and it's way too long. It's 13 minutes and 30 seconds long. So now I'm going to go back in. It's pretty cool looking, though. If you watch it, it's like certain events just sort of peel by at a breakneck pace, you know. It's kind of exciting and, you know, nostalgic, but not interesting for a lot of people. And there's a lot of photo sessions of stuff I've done in there where, like this photo session where it's the same thing, you know, hundreds of times. I'm going to cut that out and try to make it a tighter, like 5 or 6 minute video. Here's hoping. Okay, Saturday night. I have no date. I have no girlfriend. I have nowhere to go. So I'm working on this. And it's just incredibly sluggish, you know. Having a new HD image every 3 frames is a complete anathema to the way digital video works. You see, digital video works because you see all these pixels here in the background? They're not changing from frame to frame. So so it's scanning, you know, the video scans, you know, from edge to edge of an image, and it says, no change till you get to this pixel, where something's changing, you know? And then new pixel, then no change till you get to this pixel. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a lot less data to send video over internet. That's what video compression is. But if you have a completely new image every 3 frames, it takes a, part of the expression, shit ton of data to play it on your computer. Which is why this process is incredibly difficult and maybe not to be taken lightly. Every weekend, it's like I think I should really do something this weekend, and I try to get a date and I don't really get one, or I think of it way too late or something. And next thing you know, it's Friday night and there's nothing to do. It's like, and I've been editing all day. Same thing said. I was working, doing things all day. And today and then it got dark and I got no date and I got nothing to do. And I'm in the middle of a video. So it's like, well, I'll just work on that. Next thing you know, it's 8:45. Another Saturday night, I ain't got nobody. I got some money cause I just got paid. How I wish I had someone to talk to. I'm in a full way. Truer words were never spoken. Okay, it's the next day. I spent hours yesterday till late in the evening trying to do this. I think that there's something desperately wrong with this concept. My current plan now to get out of this purgatory, I am going to take this 10-minute video that I've made, which is all the things put together, and I'm going to export it as a QuickTime file. So that QuickTime file will sit on the hard drive. Then I'm going to delete the whatever project file associated with it, and take that file, put that into Final Cut Pro, and then I can speed that up or shorten it or do whatever I want. Hopefully then it will work. But right now, it cripples my system. Okay, so Final Cut Pro finally opened, and it's finally, like, actually functional. Like, I can push the space bar, and it'll play. Will it? Yeah, it'll play. I've clicked in the timeline here, so it knows what I want. I want to share a master file. Okay. 10.9 gigabytes estimated. Yeah, baby. Okay, it's about 20 minutes later. It took 20 minutes to export this file. Now I've gone ahead and opened a new project here in Final Cut Pro. Okay, so if I go back to the Finder now, here's my year of photos master file. It's almost 10 gigabytes. If I take that little fella and just drag it right into the timeline here. Now this is a master file, so it should have no trouble reading this. But apparently it's being very sluggish. I think it's got to read that whole 10 gigabytes into memory, which takes a minute before it can actually just like drop it in there. Oh, okay, it dropped it in there. Now for the proof. The proof is in the pudding. If I can hit the space bar and it'll just play, we've done the right thing. Let's see. Cool. So all I gotta do is put some more music on this and I'm all set. Now the overall length is worrying because it's, how long? Get to the end here, 11:47. That's a long time for people to sit through this. So what I could do is speed it up. I wonder how long this will take. If I click it and say modify, retime, and I just say fast, make it twice as fast, that means it'll be 5 minutes long. Will it play that? That's pretty fast. So now you're getting basically 1.5 frame of every image. So certain things are really easy to see, but other things are like, what's that? What's happening? You just have to sort of judge and decide, is this okay? You know what? The middle path. I'm always going for the middle path. This is a great feature of Final Cut Pro. I've set in this speed change of 200%. I can now take the end of it and go and just drag it out like that. Let's say I don't know, 8 minutes is reasonable length for this thing. Now it's at 140% speed. So now it's flicking by, but it's a little bit more reasonable. I don't know how Brittany Taylor did it, but this is how I did it. If I had to do it again, I would edit the photo album first and spend the time there and make a shorter photo album. And just really make it count. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Click, I don't know, over here, and then you can actually watch the full thing with the music and get a slice of my life for the last 12 months if you enjoy that sort of thing. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that jazz. Be sure to subscribe to Professor Puppet. He's really the brains of the operation anyway. If there's another tutorial you'd like, I don't just sew and do crafts, I do computer stuff too. So if you want to know how to do Photoshop or Final Cut Pro or even Motion or anything like that, let me know in the comments and I'll show you another tutorial. All right? Thanks, everybody. Boop, subscribe.
The bass.